I like to make people rich if I can do it, and so far I've done it. I mean, Hex went up 1,000,000% in 2 years before staking. If you'd staked, it could have gone 2,000,000% for you, depending on how long you staked. Calling these tops really helps people a lot. You know, you would have rather sold Bitcoin at 65,000 instead of today at 24,000, like 23.8 last time I looked. So, you know, I'm creating things that change the world, and if people just listen, they would get to, you know, enjoy a bright and beautiful future. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one or two. So it's like, I don't think having opinions is valuable. I'm not even sure having strong opinions is valuable. I think getting it right all the time is valuable. I get it right all the time. So as the years have passed, everyone's finally like, oh, Richard's right again. What he predicted happened again. It just sucks that it takes years for people to figure it out. And in the meantime, all the people that get you destroyed and cost you money get all the followers. And all the people that save you and are right have few followers. I wish we lived in a world that was more of a meritocracy. I'm tired of seeing people on news that were always wrong about everything, and there they are, they're on news again. It's like we invaded Iraq. Like, how did that work out? No one even cares. We didn't even go back and address the fact that, like, oh, we messed up. It was stupid.
Well, we never do.
And then you see how I did in Afghanistan. You're like, oh yeah, oops, that was stupid too. Well, who specifically individually was responsible for that, and what systematic changes are you implementing to make sure that doesn't happen again? And the answer is nothing. They're just ready to screw up more. And having 80-year-old presidents is trash. Government is not doing a good job globally. They're just not. I mean, look at what they've done with currency. This is why cryptocurrency is such a big deal. I'm right and they're wrong every time. Like, everyone's telling you Bitcoin's going 100K. I'm like, nope, this is top. I call the top on the day. You would have sold the top on the day. You've been profit every single day until now for like 1.75 years now. It's like almost 2 years now. Down, bear market. And people don't even understand they're in a bear market. They're still like, are we in a bear market? You're like, bro, you've been down for like almost 2 years. You're down like 70%. You stupid? Yes, you're in a bear market. Like, how do you think these things are defined? The traditional market, it means you're just down 20%. You're down 70. Like, you know, it was 65K when I called the top. It for one day made a higher high of 6% higher to 69K, and then it went straight down. Yep. That double top was caused by everyone getting leveraged up, thinking that they could buy a new top. They're like, nope, we do blow off tops. We do the normal Gartner, the market hype cycle. And they don't want to believe it, so they got leveraged up. El Salvador lost money. Michael Saylor lost money. 3 Arrows Capital was liquidated. Celsius is bankrupt. I'm at all-time high net worth. You guys all suck. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you I drew the chart. I told you why. I was right. So until everyone gets washed out, you're not going to get all-time highs in crypto again. All these other pretend guys charge you to teach you how to lose money, but they pretend that they're teaching you how to make money. So, well, sadly, there's a couple problems. Scams are usually well-funded with marketing budgets. So a scammer that's got a funnel by which he brings new people to a site, he gets money out of them, and then takes some portion of the money and puts it in advertising. He's always got a marketing budget to get new people into the scam of pretending to teach you how to make money at things. Right. Which if he could make money, he wouldn't teach you, because the money you make comes out of his net. Like, you know, if you know how to do a good podcast, you're not trying to teach people how to do a good podcast. What, are you going to build your competitors and put you out of business? It's a terrible idea, right? So, so truly honest people like me that I'm so rich and so smart and so successful, I don't want your stupid paid group money. It's backwards. I actually have to start a paid group thing of some kind to create a referral program to get viral, or I don't get viral. Because so like just being right isn't enough. Just having the world's largest diamond and $10 million of watches and $3 million of cars and raising 27 million of charity, it's not enough. People don't care. And even if they did care, they have to have the opportunity to care by seeing the message in the first place. And unless you have revenue to incentivize someone to get that message in front of them, you're crippled on the virality aspect. Right. So while I may have a wonderful closing ratio, I don't have enough virality to amplify it. So, you know, these scumbags that just do YouTube videos all the time and are happy to delete their calls and make stupid faces to work the algorithms and all those things. You know, the worst news you can get is the free news, but that's the only news anybody gets because no one will pay for it. So people that do that, like, I don't care about money shit, you're just stealing significance in a different way. So my significance is I can have stuff that you can't have because I have more money. Now, money on its own, there's people that get money the wrong way, and there's people that get money the right way. Some people are not scammers fuck over a lot of people to get money. The people that don't scam end up making a lot more. Like, Bill Gates, maybe some of the things he did were scammy, but by and large, most of the stuff he did was like legit. Building an operating system is quite hard. He did a lot more than that. So if you can make money not scamming, you'll make a lot more money that way. For those people, sometimes I am. Sometimes I rarely get to get my vengeance, but occasionally I get to. You see the little tear come to their eye. You're like, yeah, I got you in your soul, evil nagging bitch. Because working hard in America, it's not enough. You have to work smart. If you work hard, this dude that made these empanadas here in a food truck, he probably works hard. You don't make much money, working. I like to make people rich if I can do it, and so far I've done it. Hex went up 1,000,000% in 2 years before staking. If you'd staked, it could have gone 2,000,000% for you, depending on how long you staked. Calling these tops really helps people a lot. You would have rather sold Bitcoin at 65,000 instead of today at 24,000, like 23.8 last time I looked. And free books, so people that read them, they say it changes their lives. And a lot of people that are going to kill themselves, they're not, because now they've got something to look forward in the future. I got more mental health for people by having a currency that delays gratification than I did by writing self-help books to directly address mental health, which is weird to me because I didn't design Hex to do anything for people's mental health. It was just an accidental, awesome,
right.
It's weird that all the accidents in Hex have been positive. You're like, whoa, that's so cool, when I could assign my time to things that benefit me at scale. This is a weird thing. Like, I do a lot of this flexing and buying overly expensive stuff. It barely benefits me, but it's what I need to do to get my message out. Like, I want to save everybody. And just building the best performing asset in the world, doing a 10,000x in a year, 1.7 years, no one cared. I didn't get any news articles at all. No one cared. I raised $27 million for charity. I got one news article. I bought the world's largest diamond. I got 100 news articles. And it was cheaper. And I'm like, okay, well, this is stupid. So people want me to be stupid. All right, I'll pretend to be stupid for you. But after I hook you, I will lead you to greatness. That's where I'm at right now. And I think the only way to do it better than the way I'm doing it is to create that kind of referral network, which is what my original first business that got big, the 60 million one, it was, mostly referrals, mostly like affiliate stuff. So I kind of want to get back into the affiliate and referral thing for the virality aspect. It just kind of sucks with crypto because you don't want people to call you an MLM, but they're so stupid they say it anyway. I want out. I hate this place. I got pulled over for shopping. The police came into Best Buy and stopped me for shopping. I got accused of credit card fraud in Best Buy by the police that they called on me. In this country, you're too stupid to use a chip and a pin. In Europe, where people are smarter, sorry, Americans, y'all are stupid, okay? They have a pin for the card. You cannot use the card without the pin. You steal the card, it ain't no use to you because you don't have the pin. But here in America, too stupid to put a chip in the card, and therefore, you can steal somebody's card and use it all you want. And so everybody's worried about credit card fraud. And so, like, you go to a strip club. They're taking a fingerprint. Why? Because there's no pin. Just use the pin, you stupid bastards. Oh, by the way, you know what solves this? Cryptocurrency, by the way. Yeah, Hex.com, PulseChain.com. Basically, the only thing in the world that matters is goods and services. Everything else is middleware. It's not necessary. It's like friction stuff that we need to make things happen. So you imagine Bitcoin as a global ledger on which it inflates 2% a year for people to keep it honest. It's like an Excel spreadsheet on the internet. You need your password to spend. It inflates 2% a year to keep it honest. That's it. The problem with it is it blows up the environment for security. Kind of sucks. And it hurts the price when it does that. Miners get Bitcoin for free for mining, and they sell them into the market to buy the electricity and hardware that allows them to get them for free. It's not really free. They blow up the environment and enrich mining companies and electricity companies to sell down the Bitcoin price and make a little profit. It's bad for everyone involved. Proof of stake's way better. So PulseChain.com removes the waste, removes the sell pressure, removes the inflation. It's deflation only. It only burns. It will never inflate in supply. It only goes down in supply, whereas Bitcoin always goes up in supply. Always. And Hex is the world's first time deposit where inflation is given to people that protect the price by locking up coins. Well, Bitcoin tried to make a currency on the internet. It didn't work out. No one uses it as a currency. And they tried to make programmable money. Didn't work out. Nobody programmed to do anything useful. And so then it became digital gold. Well, that worked out. Price went up 690 million%. That one was fine. So it accidentally did something more valuable. There's less printed money in the world than there is time deposits. And about 2 years ago when I was doing these maths, 7.2 trillion in time deposits, 5 trillion in printed cash. The bank will never lend your money out. Your money is a liability to them, not an asset. It's on the wrong side of the balance sheet. They will never lend your money out. Instead, they will use your money as a security. A security to back up their loans they get from the government leveraged up 10 to 1. And so they will take the $100 that you give them and borrow 10 times that from the federal government at extremely low interest rates and then lend out 10 times the money. Why would they lend out your money when they could only lend it out at a 1-to-1 ratio, when they can lend out the virtual money that they inflate out of thin air from the Fed and lend out 10 times as much money and make 10 times as much profit minus a little bit of margin for the interest that the Fed charges them. And so in reality, everyone's yield at your bank in your time deposit or bank account is from inflation. It's from the government inflating the money supply. It's not from actually lending your money out. Your money never gets lent out. Your money is just an excuse that the government likes to see to print infinite other money and lend that out, which is why we have all-time high prices for almost everything and all-time low dollar value. All the yield from everything is from inflation. So your yield in the stock markets because the Fed keeps printing money. It's not because GDP went up. It's not because earnings went up. It's because the money has to go somewhere, and it primarily goes into stocks and real estate. And so if you have a future known market supply of something where there's not some guys in a shady room voting on what the value of money is, that's what the Fed is. The Fed is not a federal agency.
Right.
The Federal Reserve is a private company run by private people who you do not elect, who decide the value of money globally. Mm-hmm. And they haven't been doing a good job of it, which is why we've got all-time high inflation rates for 40 years. We haven't seen inflation this bad since the 70s. It's a bad job on their part, and it causes misinvestment and malinvestment by forcing people to hunt yield to cancel out the inflation. And so they invest in every stupid thing you can to try and make some returns, like the Celsius. People put their whole stack in Celsius to try and get 7 or 8% a year. Then they lost their whole stack. I begged everyone directly to remove their coins from that years before they collapsed.
Right.
The people that listened that were saved, the people that didn't listen, now Celsius is bankrupt. Richard Hart. Always right. So, I'm creating things that change the world. And if people just listen, they would get to, enjoy a bright and beautiful future. Basically, all Hex is Bitcoin with a proof of work change. Here's Bitcoin. Here's Hex. Bitcoin inflates, gives the coins to miners. Miners sell those coins to pay for electricity and hardware.
Right.
Here's Hex. So Bitcoin uses Bitcoin miners. Hex uses Ethereum miners. They're just the same class of human. They have data centers, they have air conditioning, they have electricity bills, they do proof of work computation. These guys use ASICs, these guys use ASICs, these guys use SHA-256, these guys use something called ET hash. So basically, they both inflate low single-digit percentages. Ethereum uses Ethereum miners, we use Ethereum miners, Bitcoin uses Bitcoin miners. It's just Bitcoin with proof of work change. Except in theirs, you have to destroy the environment to get the inflation, and in ours, you have to lock up your coins to get the inflation.